Hello there, great scientists, and welcome back. Today, we are going to explore the muscular system and try a fun experiment together to learn how muscles work. So let's get going. First, take a look at this picture of this boy. He's holding a pencil without use of his hands in between his nose and his lip. How is he able to do that? Well, he's able to hold that pencil so stable under his nose because he's using the muscles in his lips and in his face for control. This just goes to show how strong and important our muscles are. So let's talk a minute about the muscular system. Muscles are how we move and how we live. Every movement in our body is controlled by muscles. Some muscles, thank goodness, work without us thinking, like our heart beating. Imagine if you had to think about making your heart beat and doing all the other things you do throughout the day. That would never work out. So thank goodness our body is also made up of involuntary muscles that do their movement and do their job without us thinking or controlling them. But other muscles are controlled by our thoughts, and they allow us to do stuff and move around. For instance, if I was about to write a note and had to pick up a pencil, I would think about how I have to move my arm to grab the pen, hold on to it, open it, and get ready to write. Every movement I just did required a muscle, which was controlled by my thoughts and what I wanted my muscles to do. Those muscle movements are called voluntary muscles, like the boy holding the pencil under his nose. He had to think about controlling those muscles to keep the pencil still between his lip and his nose. There are over 650 muscles in the human body, and they make up our muscular system. So how do muscles work? Well, muscles work by contracting and relaxing. Muscles have long, thin cells that are grouped into bundles. When a muscle fiber gets a signal from its nerve, proteins and chemicals release energy to either contract the muscle or relax it. So try that with your arm. Relax your muscle, contract your muscle. Relax, contract. When the muscles contract, this pulls the bones it's connected to close together. Many of our muscles come in pairs. An example of this, and the one we're going to explore with our little project today, is in the arm. An example of this is the biceps and triceps in our arms. When the biceps contract, the triceps relax, and this allows our arms to bend. When we want to straighten our arm back out, the bicep will relax and the triceps will contract. This muscle pair allows us to move our arms back and forth at the joint at our elbow. So let's create a model arm so that you can practice seeing how muscles work. In order to do this project, you will need a large piece of poster board. Any color will do. I chose white. A marker and scissors. Masking tape or any kind of strong tape. I even use Scotch tape for my project. A large paper clip that you're going to unfold. And these long, thin balloons, the kind that you use to make balloon animals out of. You'll need 2 of them. These are the steps to follow. First, you're going to cut your poster board into 2 8x11 pieces and roll and secure them with masking tape. So I have mine pretty much put together already, so I'll show you one step at a time. So you're going to roll them like this. You'll have 2 smaller ones, and you're going to label them ulna and radius. Then you're going to pierce a hole through the top about a ½ inch from the top, and you want it to go all the way through to the other end because this is how we're going to connect the bones together. Then you're going to cut a 12 by 11 piece of poster board. So that will be a little bit longer, and that's for your humerus bone. And the same thing, you're going to poke a hole about a 1/2 inch from the end and pierce it straight through both sides. Then you're going to straighten out that paper clip, and you're going to pierce it through all 3 bones to link them together in a joint. Once you have them pierced correctly, they will connect like this. So you'll have your 2 smaller bones and the long bone, right? That can now move up and down. Then you're going to partially inflate 2 of the long balloons, but you want to leave a nice long tail at both ends. So the tail where you tied the balloon and the other end. So you don't want to inflate it all together. Then you're going to tie 1 balloon to the humerus, right? And that's going to be your tricep bone. And then you're going to tie the bicep bone to the bottom of the ulna and the radius and the other ends of the humerus bone to create the 2 muscles. Now, using the tricep balloon, tie the right ends of the right side of the elbow joint and the remaining loose ends to the top of the humerus. So both will be tied to the top, and then connect the bones together with the muscles. And now what you've created is a movable arm, and you can see how the muscles relax and contract to move your arm back and forth. You have created a fake movable arm. And when your project is finished, it should look something like this. This is a little bit easier to see than what I'm holding up in the camera, but you'll have your 2 smaller bones labeled. Your humerus will be the long one, and you'll tie the balloons to either side to create the bicep and tricep muscles. Have fun, boys and girls, exploring this fun muscular system project, and have fun creating your fake movable arm. Keep up the great work, 3rd grade scientists.